Some of the factors that can make a big difference in health wellness are diet, enough rest, exercise, posture, and avoiding use of alcohol. Enjoy this conversation with me, Maureen Kimani, every Friday from 9 a.m. on our Health Corner show here at Capuchin TV. Your health is your wealth.
Kutoka jimboni, parokiani hadi vigango vyetu, runinga Capuchin inakuletea kipindi maalum cha paroko na parokia. Hizi ni baadhi ya parokia tulizoziangazia. Jimbo kuu la Nairobi, parokia Mtakatifu Benedetta eneo la Ngoingwa Thika. Parokia Mtakatifu Matia Mulumba eneo la Makongeni Thika. Parokia Kristo Mfalme eneo la Kibra. Parokia Mtakatifu Teresa wa Avila eneo la Isili. Parokia Regina Cheli eneo la Karen. Parokia Moyo Mtakatifu wa Yesu eneo la Ngando Dagore.
Jamii kuimarika ni vikundi kuungana, muungano wa kujisaidia na uhusiano na Caritas. Imarika we
Kimasomo, kibiashara, kiukulima, kiteknolojia.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu zungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
imarika we
Good morning to you, dear viewer. Thank you for joining us on this exclusive interview with me, Maureen Kimani, brought to you by Capuchin TV in partnership with Caritas Microfinance Bank in Kenya. And it's a bit chilly in the morning. I hope you are all keeping warm, taking your coffee and warm water, because this conversation is going to be interesting. So you need to relax and have yourself get together and enjoy this conversation. And joining me is the CEO of Caritas Microfinance Bank, that is Mr. David Mokaru. And of course, we're bringing you this conversation, as you can see down on your screen, is called financial literacy. Well, maybe you have ever heard of this word, or maybe not, but well, don't worry, because Caritas Microfinance Bank got you covered. And as you all know, that it is the fastest growing microfinance bank here in Kenya. And as you can continue seeing behind me, there is some certificate. On the table, we have an award because they're doing very good work, and all the customers are enjoying their services and their products. Well, welcome to this conversation, and in case you have any question, you can send them on 0717424866, or you can use our SMS number, that is 21760. Welcome to the conversation. Very good morning to you, Mr. David.
Morning, Maureen, and thanks for this conversation today. I really appreciate your discussion, and this is a very interesting topic. Welcome back to Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Thank you for having us once again.
Thank you.
You know, one thing I was thinking about this conversation is quite interesting about the financial literacy, of which you're going to talk about it in just a few, because so many people make a bad decision on a Friday, and having this conversation on a Friday, you might have a change in your mind to make good decision, and a person either disciplines his or her finances, or it can be vice versa. But with the knowledge that we're going to get through Mr. David Mukaru, the CEO of Caritas Microfinance Bank, you can be able to make a correct decision when it comes to your finances. Well, I think we can begin with the conversation right now.
Thank you.
Well, tell us, what does this term financial literacy mean to you, and why is it important for individuals to understand financially literacy?
Maureen, let me start by saying that as a bank, our vision is very clear that we want and we aspire to be the household financial service provider that adds value to all our stakeholders. And our main stakeholder is the household, and that is the family. And that's why in Caritas we say tuimarisha jamii. In Caritas we truly believe that a happy family is one that is empowered to save wisely, because we have to be wise to save, and to invest wisely, and to spend happily. So the three must go hand in hand. Saving wisely, investing wisely, and spending happily. Because money is an enabler. Money is supposed to enable us live a good life. And so it is critical for a household, for a family, to save wisely, to invest wisely, and to spend happily. Because you save, you invest for the household, for the family. So you do all that wisely so that you can also have a happy family. The research has it that households and couples that save wisely and invest wisely together also spend life together and happily together, and that is a fact. So for us, it's our responsibility as a financial institution to ensure that as a household financial champion in this country, that we enable our people to have high financial literacy. So I come to your question. What is financial literacy? Financial literacy is basically the ability to make wise decisions pertaining money. Because you have to respect money. Let's start from there. You have to respect money. People say you have to fear it. They say that money is a devil. But it is not. It is what you do that becomes an act of a devil. But money by itself is used to do many things. It's used to build churches. It's used to build homes. So it cannot be a devil. Money is supposed to be used to do good things. So basically, financial literacy is that ability to increase the knowledge and skills on how to deal with money. Just like you go to school to learn to be a doctor. The life skill, which is money, which is a common denominator, we have to increase our skills and knowledge on how to treat money. If you look at yourself, Maureen, and many other people, including myself, we buy very expensive items that sometimes we do not need when we have money in our pockets. You know, that payday, or you have gotten a bonus and you are walking around the streets, that is when you'll make that decision to buy that suit, which is very expensive, and you have 10 other suits in the house. And you see now, the way we behave towards money defines our ability to live a good future. So for us as an institution is to ensure our households are empowered, our individuals are empowered to make wise decisions as pertains money. Yes. Okay.
And do you think people of Kenya, let's talk about our country, do you think they have the correct information and education concerning this financial literacy?
Maureen, when you look at the statistics, because we must be able to interrogate numbers in this country. When you analyze the saving component of Kenyans and measure it against the GDP of this country, the GDP now means gross domestic product, the total saving in any country, and you ask yourself, what is the ratio of savings on that expenditure? For Kenyans, for many years, it has been between 5 and 10%. Yeah? If you compare that with other countries like Tanzania, who are our neighbors here, it's above 30%. Rwanda, you go, it's about 30%. So you find that the ratio of savings vis-a-vis the ratio of expenditure is very low in this country. That we are a consuming country. We spend a lot, but we do not save, we do not invest. And that is a challenge. That is a challenge. That's why you find that many of us in this country depend on loans in between the month. We depend on loans. We depend on M-Shwari. We depend on these other. You have multiple loans. Why? Because of that. You remember in school is calling the cycle of poverty. If you don't save, you will not have the ability to invest. If you don't invest, you'll not have the ability to increase your income. If your income is not increased, you'll not have the ability to save. And you now get caught in that cycle of poverty. And on the other side, you get trapped on that cycle of debt. Yeah? We have that problem. And saving is not an easy thing. Let me start talking about that. Saving is not an easy thing. It is a discipline. But we have to make decisions.
Right, sure.
Yeah? Investment is not an easy thing. But we have to make decisions to do that. So, and that's why it's called literacy. You have to learn. You have to learn by doing. You have to start. Yeah? If you're not saving anything, you start by saving 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, but you build it up. And over the time, you're able to build up, you're able to get that multiplier interest rate, and you're able to accumulate amounts that you can be able to invest in. Then in terms of investment, in terms of expenditure, the question now is where do we spend and how do we spend our money? That it becomes another critical challenge. When you look in this country, the number of showrooms, car showrooms, are increasing by the day.
Many.
Yeah, there are very many.
The malls.
You go along Mombasa Road, a whole estate is demolished, and what comes there is a car yard along Gong Road. I have seen now 2 estates brought down and replaced by car yards. Go along Kiambu Road, the same thing. And you find that majority of us, majority of the young people, that is the direction they're taking. They're spending so much. That becomes a challenge, and that's why, as an institution, we have taken a deliberate step to empower our people, to empower our households, to ensure that they save wisely, they invest wisely, and they spend happily, because a happy family stays together.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. David, for that. And as Caritas Microfinance Bank, when we talk about this financial literacy, who do you target?
We, like you've heard, we target the household, the members of the household. And members of household do various things, because a household will have parents who are employed. And they cater for their families through gainful employment. We target that family. We target the parent. We ensure that the parent has a good account where they can mobilize their salary, where they can mobilize they can transact their salary. We ensure that account they can be able to have another side account where they can save a portion of their income, and through that saving of their income, we provide them with other financial literacy services by giving them advisory services on how they can be able to invest in various investment options. That is for a family that is employed. So we have various services, products there. We have, and we consider them, those are personal products, personal services, because it's a personal account that enables you to mobilize your savings and also receive your salary. We have majority of our clients are farmers. They're in agribusiness, and I deliberately use the word agribusiness because over the years, many farmers thought that farming is not a business. And you'll ask somebody who is in farming, what do they do? They'll tell you, I don't do anything. They are looking forward to getting employed, so that now they are doing something. But 75% of rural people are employed in agriculture. And you can see, even in this country, 40% of our GDP is as a result of agriculture. So agribusiness is a serious business. And we are now training our farmers to start looking at agriculture as an investment. And they utilize all investment strategies to grow it. Why? Because Kenya is basically, when you look at various crops, is a food deficient country. So there is an opportunity for our farmers to be able to practice agribusiness and be able to make a profit out of it. So we have various products. We target our farmers. We have various products that enable them to grow their investment in agribusiness, and to also enable them save at the same time, and invest in machinery, invest in modern technology, invest in production, in what we call food processing, that you can be able to have your cows there. You can be able to milk the cows, but you can also be able to make yogurt, and be able to sell that as an end product, not necessarily sell in between as a raw product. So agribusiness is a wide ecosystem that we are encouraging our members, our customers to be able to take advantage of it. We have households that also run micro businesses. What we talk about this country, the hustlers, the mama bogas out there who are very early in the morning hustling, buying and selling food, grains, and entrepreneurs, even the young people. In that household, we have young people who are, and those are the majority in this country. 75% of our country population is made up of people who are below the age of 35. So you can see 75% is significant, that our households are made up of 75% of people below the age of 35. They're starting their first businesses. And most likely it will be a micro business because they might not have adequate capital. So they'll start small, and they want to grow. For them to start small, we have different categories. Be they in agriculture, be they in business, we have different categories of facilities. An account that is available for them to start putting money together. An account that they can be able to save to start increasing their working capital together. Their working capital. An account that enables them to come and borrow, when they need to expand their business, to be able now to grow their micro business into becoming a small enterprise. We also target that kind of clientele, and we are very passionate. But we tell them, before you borrow, before you even open that account, we provide you with financial education or financial literacy or financial capability to enable you to make a wise decision on which account to open, which savings do you want to put together, which business do you want to get into. That is, in a nutshell, financial education. We also have our household members who are running small enterprises. These are businesses that have grown. They have identified an opportunity in their ecosystem, and they are now able to reach to a bigger size, a bigger market. Initially, the micro ones will just deal with the neighborhood, a few people here and there. But now they are growing into a small business, they have identified an opportunity. If it is somebody who was selling a variety of clothes, they have identified that they can actually be able to buy a tailoring machine, and they can be able to become a fashion industry unto themselves. And they are now providing their own their own products and selling out there in the market and even branding it. So they have identified that apart from trading of clothes from China, they can be able to bring China right in their homes and be able to. So they are good in tailoring, they are good in design, and that at that level now they have identified an opportunity. And they are taking advantage of that opportunity.
Okay.
We have various customers who are at that level,
All
and
right.
we empower them through financial education. We empower them through ensuring that they save wisely, they invest wisely, and they spend happily. So that you don't grow your business and lose your family.
Yeah.
Because you become a rich person. So you are busy out there spending left, right, and center, and you end up losing. So for us, the ultimate is the family.
Okay.
We have members who are in various groups and what we call self-help program. We also empower them by providing them with this kind of financial literacy at the base, and also providing them with accounts that enable them to transact while being group members at the same time.
Okay.
And on top of that, we also now look at their savings and provide them with loans based on their savings in their groups. So that now we say, you save, you invest in that group, at the same time, we use that investment you have in that group for you now to leapfrog and grow your investment in a different line. We also target, as part of our customers, institutions, and especially faith-based institutions. Caritas is a faith-based bank.
Sure.
So our natural habitat is in the church. And so we have a variety of faith-based services, faith-based products that specifically enable faith-based institutions to achieve their spiritual objective.
Okay.
Because faith-based institutions are here to empower us spiritually and ensure that we, when we are past this world, we end up on the bright side of this of the universe.
All right.
And so faith-based institutions, we have a variety of products that they are able to consume.
Okay.
Products that enable them to put their consolidate their money, because faith-based institutions will require to mobilize the ecosystem. They have their faithfuls that will come on a daily basis, on Sunday, on Saturday, and the faithfuls will tithe. The faithfuls will give sadaqah. The faithfuls will donate. So we enable them. We give them platforms that enable them to mobilize that ecosystem.
All right.
So there we provide them with what we call a cash management service that ensure that they're able to collect from there. And this is now digitally, because again, it now becomes less costly and it becomes more effective when faith-based institutions are enabled from a digital perspective.
Okay.
So that is the household for us. Those are the households for us, and we are happy that our vision is very, very clear, that we should be able to provide them with ethically driven financial solutions. Because again, as a household, ethics are critical. Yeah, honesty is critical. Integrity is critical. So as an institution, we ensure we provide ethically driven financial solutions, and especially around the issues that we are discussing today, which is financial literacy.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. David. And I think before we take a very short break, maybe you can tell us what are some of the key components of a well-rounded financial plan?
That's a wide topic, but a financial plan will.
We can break it down a little bit.
Definitely, a financial plan is personal. Let's start from that. It's personal. It's not your neighbor's plan, or your friend's plan, or your
colleague,
or your colleague's plan. It's a personal situation, and you must be able to assess yourself personally. Do an assessment. What is your situation? And our situation depends on our background. If you are firstborn and I am a lastborn, our financial situations are different.
Very.
So you have to remember that. So that's what I'm saying. Financial plans are very, very personal. If it is a firstborn, you can imagine, and the parents probably are aged or are not there, then you actually are a parent even
You
before
have an obligation.
You have an obligation, so you
Sure.
have to plan based on your financial situation, and it is critical for us to always remember that. The other bit is your income. How much are you earning? You plan based on what you earn,
get.
what you get. You can't plan with what you don't get. You can't. If you overspend, then you are bound to get into challenges. You must fit into your budget at that particular time, and you must be honest at that particular time, and don't engage yourselves in other matters. And that's why we say, when you save wisely, you invest wisely, then you are bound to increase your income, and you are bound to increase the amount of money, what you now call disposable income. So our target now as an institution is to increase what you call disposable income. As a household, have multiple streams of income. If you are just getting a salary, then you invest, you save, you invest, you start getting a second line. Maybe your husband or your wife now is running a small kiosk by the side. That's an extra income. You start bringing it into the home. You buy an extra cow. Maybe you had only one goat you are milking. Now a cow doubles your milk. You double the cow, it becomes 2, 3, 4, 5 cows. You are a farmer. You are growing a quarter of an acre. You have now, when you save, you invest, you are able now to either hire or to buy an extra acre or another quarter. So you keep on increasing. So that is imperative for us to ensure that you look at your income a bit for you to ensure that, and based on that income, you ask yourself, with this income, what can I be able to do? Then you have goals. You have short-term, immediate goals. You have medium-term goals, and you have long-term goals. So setting goals is another critical aspect. If you are a young person, probably you're saying my goal is to get married probably in the next 5 years. Or 2 years or something like that. You have to set goals. Goals, and that's why I'm saying financial planning is personal. It cannot be something that cuts across everybody. When now you have set goals, you start budgeting. You start budgeting. You budget based on the amount of money you have, not the amount of money you don't have. It's what you have. And in your budget now, you must be able to fit in what we're talking about in terms of savings. You must also, saving becomes for you to achieve the long-term objective. Then that budgeting is critical. And remember, as you doing all that, you also need to protect yourself. And this is where now insurance comes in, and insurance being another financial service, you need to protect yourself. If you bought a TV, you need to live in a house that you have a door. People will not just walk in and carry it, or you need to insure it. So you need to protect yourself. And one other bit, because we are majorly dealing with business people and farmers, is record keeping. Keep record of your expenditure.
All right.
And people I've met in my life, including in my household. People who have the ability of keeping a record of what they spend on a monthly basis. I have discovered that they are better savers. They are better money managers, just by keeping records, because you're able to pick out those things that you have overspent on.
All right.
And you're able to change at that level. So there are many things we can talk about. That's a topic we can be able to not even exhaust. But planning is critical. And planning is personal.
And honesty is the key.
And honesty is the key.
All right. And I think we're going to take a shorter break with that closing remark from Mr. David Mukari, the CEO of Caritas Microfinance Bank. And of course, when we come back, we shall talk about it, because they've been able to mention about savings account. And of course, you can tell us what's the difference between a saving account and an investment account. And so in case you still have more questions to him, you can keep them coming. But right now, we're going to take a very short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Jamii kuimarika ni vikundi kuungana, muungano wa kujisaidia na uhusiano na Caritas.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu uzungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we.
Si al salir de misa estás igual de como entraste, algo no funciona. La Eucaristía es la presencia de Jesús, es profundamente transformadora. Jesús viene y te tiene que transformar. En ella es Cristo quien se ofrece, quien se da por nosotros, nos invita a que nuestra vida se alimente de Él y alimente la de nuestros hermanos. La celebración de la Eucaristía es un encuentro con Jesús resucitado, al mismo tiempo una forma de abrirnos al mundo como Él nos enseñó. Cada vez que participamos en una Eucaristía, Jesús viene y Jesús nos da la fuerza para amar como Él amó. Porque nos da el valor de salir al encuentro, salir de nosotros mismos y abrirnos con amor a los demás. Oremos para que los católicos pongan en el centro de su vida la celebración de la Eucaristía, que transforma las relaciones humanas y abre al encuentro con Dios y con los hermanos.
Jamii kuimarika ni vikundi kuungana, muungano wa kujisaidia na uhusiano na Caritas. Imarika, imarika we.
Kimasomo, kibiashara, kiukulima, kiteknolojia.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu uzungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we.
Welcome back, dear viewer, to this conversation on financial literacy with me, Maureen Kimani, coming to you live at Cardinal OTUNGA PLAZA at Caritas Microfinance Bank headquarters. And joining me is the CEO of Caritas Microfinance Bank, that is Mr. David Mokaru. And before we went for the break, for those ones joining us right now, we've been able to talk about what is this term, what does this term mean, financial literacy, and of course, we've been able to hear that it's a matter of disciplining yourself yourself, and of course it's personal when it comes to saving. Don't look at your friend, whatever she or he is earning, that you can say, oh, she's getting 80K and you're getting maybe 20K and you want to, you know, save 50K. Sometimes, you know, we have to be honest with ourselves, and I think he mentioned that honesty is the key. And continuing with this conversation, welcome back, Mr. David.
Thank you very much, Maureen.
Yes, and I think we can continue with the savings account. You've been able to talk about savings all along with the conversation. Maybe you can tell us the difference between the savings account and, of course, investment account, and maybe what are some of the factors should one consider while choosing one?
Let me start by saying that we have different type of accounts, and we have what you consider as a transaction account. Many people will say it's a savings account where I receive my salary, but from where we sit as financial experts, we say that's a transaction account where you receive your salary. It's not a savings account. It's like a current account, or in the business what we'll consider as a current account. It's a transaction. You receive your money, your salary through that account, and then you spend through that account. Maybe you'll pay your bills, electricity, you'll buy your token, you'll pay for school fees directly from there. You will do many things. That's a transaction. Yeah, you'll pay chama directly from there. That is a transaction account. Yeah, sometimes we call it savings account, but it's really a transaction account. A savings account is actually an investment account on the other side, because savings now is you putting aside a portion of your money you received in your transaction account into a savings account that earns interest, because a savings account will earn interest. A transaction account will not earn interest, because money comes in the morning, by evening you've spent over 50% of your salary because of rent, those kind of things. So that is your transaction account. And you've also moved, and it is wise to move money that you consider as savings from that transaction account. And that transaction account will be connected to your phone. It's your digital, it's your wallet. So it's like your pocket. You're walking around with money in your pocket. You're walking around with money on your phone. Yeah, you have connected your account to your phone. So literally you have your money in your pocket. So you can imagine, Maureen, you're walking around with your 80,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 you've been given in your pocket. What damage can you be able to do with that? So you need now to consider that as a transaction account and set aside a portion of money and open a savings account. A savings account now is interest earning. Savings account, you can have a savings account that you put money periodically. That's when now you say periodically I'll be saving 10,000 or 5,000 of my money. And for it to qualify to be a good savings account, you should not easily put your hand there anytime you want. You know, it's a savings account, but you can reach it on your phone. Oh, my savings account, I can move that money from. Then that is not a very good savings account. Sometimes it's good to ensure that a savings account, the features of a savings account are such that you cannot be able to reach it. We have one we call Maono account in Caritas. A Maono account is a savings account with a vision, because Maono is the term itself. It's a visionary account. It's a Maono because you don't save for the sake of it. You save with a purpose. I mentioned on the goal setting. So the goal setting will drive a savings account. Yeah, that savings account now, because you want to spend into the future, you set a goal, and you come and you open a Maono account in Caritas. Yeah, then you can say on a monthly basis, I'll be saving for that wedding, or for that vehicle, or for that business, for that investment. Yeah, I'll be saving X amount of money. Then the Maono account now will be able to be reminding you on that obligation. Yeah, so that now becomes a savings account. Then this savings account also has an interest component. Our current Maono savings account has an interest rate of 7% on it, and it is a good account, and you're able to beat the inflation, because when you keep money in your transaction account, in this high inflationary period, your money is eaten by inflation. You know, inflation is an expense that you don't see. It's an invisible expense because the cost has increased yesterday. Today, the same shilling you had is less by that percentage. So you need to ensure that you invest, you put your money in a savings account to be able to address inflationary challenges. Inflation is that escalation of cost based on the price that you paid yesterday. So in a simple manner. So when now you have a savings account that enables you to pull your money together, and your goal was to open a business, you are now investing. You are into a business. Yeah, you're investing into buying a cow. You're investing now. You term it as an investment.
Okay.
Yeah, as another level of investment. So you've graduated from a savings as an investment, and you have graduated now into another level of investment. Investment can be, you can have what you call passive investment. A savings account is a passive investment. You don't need to wake up in the morning and check your balance for it to earn interest. Somebody is doing that for you. The bank is saying, give us your money, and we'll be paying you X amount of interest on a monthly basis or on an annual basis. That is passive. You don't need to do anything about it. But when now you're saying, and my investment becomes active, another level of investment, it becomes active, because when you buy a cow, you have to take care of it. You have to ensure that you feed it. You have to ensure that you take care of its health. You have to ensure that you give it the right nutrition for it to give you the ultimate amount of milk and cow dung at the same time, because those are now the outputs of that investment. That now becomes an investment, a real investment. Savings is a passive investment. I said saving is also an investment, but it is passive investment.
Okay.
And the other, now the real active investments are at a different level now. That's why you open a business, you buy a cow, you buy a matatu for those who like matatu business, or you put your money into an activity-based type of investment, like buying land and planting. So that is the difference now. But they are all investment. It only depends on the level of activity.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, and after talking about the savings account, and from a customer's perspective, you may find that so many people take loan. And how does Caritas Microfinance Bank ensure that you empower these customers to understand the borrowing choices?
It's borrowing wisely because borrowing is not a bad thing, by the way. Sometimes in this country,
everyone borrows.
We say, oh, borrowing is not a good thing. But borrowing is another form of saving. Yeah? Borrowing is another form of saving. That's what I can tell you. Because when you are putting money aside periodically, you are saving up. Yeah, you are saving up. It grows. So your money grows basically when you are saving. But when you borrow, you are saving down. So both of them are saving. And I want you to get that very clearly. Both of them are saving, but one is saving up.
The other one is downwards.
The other one is downwards. Where now you come and tell me, I have a salary. I can be able to, I want to invest. Yeah, bring my long-term or medium goal to today. Instead of buying that car in the next 5 years, I want to buy it now, so that now I can use it to increase my ability to go to work early, to increase my ability to be more effective in my business, in my agribusiness. So you'll come and borrow that money, and then you'll start paying in bits. That is another form of saving downwards, because the same salary that you are receiving, or the same income that you are receiving from your business, you've borrowed today, and so you've spent today. You are utilizing the asset today, and you are paying it down. Of course, at a price. Even saving up, you are also getting a price. The price is inward because you are receiving interest. That's a price, or that the bank gives you. But when you come and borrow, it is the bank that has given you money. The price is that interest rate that you are paying as you are paying down the saving that you have achieved. So both of them are the same. They achieve the same objective. It's just a matter of time. When do they achieve the objective? One can achieve the objective today, the other one can achieve the objective tomorrow.
All right.
We ensure we empower our people by ensuring that, one, they have the ability. If you want to borrow today for that asset or for that expenditure, we want to be clear. We want to get a clear purpose of why you want to borrow. And it is important. Ethically, as an institution, we ask that question. And we ask our customers, and it is an ethical question. What do you want to do with the money? Some people take offense. Oh, it's me who's borrowing, it's me who's going to pay. Why should I tell you why? But from an ethical perspective, I am asking you that question so that I can also advise you. So I want to request for all Kenyans, wherever they are, it is good to talk about what you want to do with the money, because your service provider, your banker, your Caritas loves you and wants you to achieve, wants you to succeed. So purpose is very, very, it has to be clear, has to be one that will enable you to progress in life. If it is a business purpose, I want to increase my stock, I want to increase my working capital, I want to buy another truck, I want to buy another cow, I want, then that becomes a clear purpose. That so we empower people by ensuring that they have their the purpose is clear and their ability is clear. Those two are very critical. Purpose and ability. And ability is what you're earning now. Can it enable you? Can it enable you to repay that loan? And from an ethical perspective, we ensure that the amount of installment you are paying should not take food away from your family. Because there are those people who borrow, and then the monthly installment is so high that forces them to change their lifestyle in their homes. Yeah? And that is a danger. And we need to address that matter. And we need to ensure that the loan you borrow should not change negatively your lifestyle. Should not take away education from your children. Should not take away the health of your family. You should ensure that your wife keeps on looking beautiful. Your children dress well, so that now for us is a household that is happy. That's why I said spend happily. The spending should be happily, not you ask for money and the father is very angry that you've asked for that money. Then that becomes a family. So we have to balance all these things. So the borrowing needs to be adequate for what you want to achieve, but at the same time, it should not make your family, the household, become angry while repaying that loan. So those are the components of the just two. Purpose and ability is very, very critical.
Let's now talk about the prevalent burden in our country, and how would you educate the customers in terms of managing these debt effectively and avoiding excess debts?
You said about the country, and you've come down to the customer.
Exactly.
Let's start from the country. From the top, because borrowing for a country is a good thing. It's a good thing. Let me tell you, we have to develop, and you can either borrow from external sources or from internal sources. The government borrows to be able to develop the country infrastructure, put up social capital like hospitals, schools, and that is borrowing that is necessary in any country. Put up roads, ensure that there are airports, ensure that you go to a place like Kisumu, the port is functional. Everybody borrows, and it is necessary to ask yourself: do we save and invest later or construct later, or do we borrow today and we start getting benefits immediately? Take for instance a place like along the Thika Superhighway. We extended the road from Keno to Nyeri, dual carriage now. Why did we do it? What are so the government looks at the benefits that the people that is going to accrue out of that road. The borrowing is heavy, but what is going to happen is that the people along that route are definitely going to invest. Now you get the connection between what I was talking about, investment, and what the government is doing. That It will enable me now to be going home in my Kirinyaga home and buying an extra cow to invest, because I have the ability of bringing milk from Kirinyaga to Nairobi and sell it in that Githurai market or Donholm market. Or so that now unlocks. So government borrowing unlocks investing in those. The challenge comes in when now, and that is the big, and that's why I'm bringing the issue of ethical, the angle of ethics, the angle of integrity. On the other side, you talk about corruption, you'll talk about unethical behavior of ourselves, both people who are employed in government, that they will construct a bad road because they didn't use the correct, and then the road deteriorates within a shorter period. Instead of the road taking 50 years and serving us for 50 years, we receive money through corruption. The road is not built to standard, and it only serves us for 5 years. That investment becomes a problem, becomes a burden to us. So a debt is not a burden if you're utilizing it in the right way. It only becomes a burden if you're utilizing it in the wrong way. And you can utilize it in the wrong way when you are corrupt. You receive monies which you are not supposed to receive. And then you do a bad thing on that road, on that airport, on that school, on that hospital. When you spend it badly like that, then now it becomes a debt burden. So debt burden is a choice of Kenyans. When we put up that road, we can choose to make it a burden, or we can make it an asset. We now need to tell our people to go and invest in agribusiness. Put up more schools, put up more agri-processing plants, and utilize and ensure that the country grows its gross domestic product. So as a country, we just need to ensure that we invest the monies that we are borrowing wisely, and ensuring that our people get the benefit out of those investments. And that is the challenge. So I don't want to moralize what has happened in this country, but for me, from where I'm seated as a financial institution, is to just implore all Kenyans, because that household is the owner of government decision, is employed by government, is the engineer, is the... So I'm just asking the household to do the correct thing when we borrow as a country, and to ensure that money goes to the right part. As a person, debts are good if you are able to invest that money in a wise way. You know, you borrow to educate your children, you borrow to take care of somebody. So that it's a choice. But with the current situation in the country calls for a different strategy now, because we are in a regime where now we are talking about a regime. Now I don't mean the political regime, but the environment. The environment we are in now is a challenge. Remember, COVID was with us for 2 years, and it had a devastating effect over those 2-3 years. Then we now got into another inflationary period where inflation is very high. The cost of living has increased, and everybody is complaining and asking the government to do something about it. But before the government does something about it, it is the household that we are now educating. As Caritas Microfinance Bank, it is the household that we are educating and asking them to review their expenditure, to review how much they are spending, to review the various lines, and to ask themselves, should I spend? Should I borrow now in this? Should I buy that vehicle? Should I go to that expensive school? Should I go to that expensive hospital? What is your spending philosophy? You have to evaluate yourself. You have to evaluate your spending philosophy. And you see, your spending philosophy is based on your income. So your spending philosophy, the incomes, the economy right now is such that we must reevaluate our spending philosophy. We must reevaluate, and we must be able to reduce our expenditure at a household level. But reduce it in a way that we are not hurting the family at the same time. But we must be able to ask ourselves, what are those areas that we need to deal with, that we address. So for me, it's evaluating, changing your philosophy of expenditure as a household, and to address the current situation. At government level, I know there are people, there are economists who can be able to talk the government, but for me, I'm an expert at the household level, because that is our vision. And we want to say, as I finish, that we Tuimarisha Jamii basically means that we want our families to be happy. And for our families to be happy, we want them to save wisely. And for our families to be happy, we want them to invest wisely. And for our families to be happy, we want them to spend happily. But the philosophy at the family level with this current economic situation has to change. And it starts with the household. Thank you very much.
Wow. And do you suppose that was your parting shots? All right. Thank you, Mr. David, for that, because I saw that you looked at your time, and of course, our time is up for this conversation, and we thank you all for tuning in, and especially Teresia Kiamonto, thank you for following this conversation of financial literacy. And of course, in case you still have more questions, you can visit Caritas Microfinance Bank page and of course website. You can be able to get the contacts, and I'm sure they will be able to get back to you. You can also take chance and visit their headquarters here at Cardinal OTUNGA Plaza, and even the branches they have in Karen and various places in our country. And with that, I'm sure we closing the interview and of course the conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. David, for always making time. It was nice having, you know, I've learned a lot on this financial, and I'm sure after this I'll see you later so that I can start, you know, saving this money, and we can have and create a good family and household. As they say, Caritas is for imarisharing jamii ama tuimarisha jamii ama wale watu wa the youths, you know, tuimarisha ring, you know, vijana wanasema tuimarisha ring and all that. So Caritas Microfinance Bank, tuimarisha jamii. And thank you so much to Capuchin TV crew, that is Alan and Diva. We have Anthony Simiyu, Frederico Chenga, we have Peter Mwangi, and the Caritas Microfinance Bank, you know, Adrian, for always making time and for, you know, helping us to, okay, I think there's a question, I don't know, someone, sorry for that, as we wind up. Let me read these, just quick faster. There's a question here for you, Mr. David. Good morning. After how long is one allowed to get a loan? Sorry for interrupting on that as we wind up. Thank you. I can't see the name who wrote that, but thank you, Rose.
Like I said, planning is personal. I started by saying planning is personal. Making a decision, which is part of financial literacy, because we enable you to make a financial decision, is also personal. So when you evaluate yourself and you feel you need a loan now, definitely as a bank we'll meet you at your hour of need, because we are that financial institution that targets the household, and you are part of the household. So we will not say that you have to save for 20 years or 5 years for you to receive a loan. Remember, a loan is a financial service, and it's a personal decision that you are making, and it is a decision that you know is going to empower you. So we want to add value to you. And if adding value to you is ensuring that you access that loan, then that is what we are going to do. So I want to ask Rhoda to visit any of our branches. Once she has opened an account, we will be able to advise her. We'll be able to look at the fundamentals, her current ability, and her current purpose and plans, and be able to provide her with an adequate financial package that will be able to enable her grow her family. And really, and it's for all Kenyans. We are here for you, and we'll be able to ensure that we provide you with an ethically driven financial solution. For us, it's not just a loan. For us, is that ecosystem, that household. What is your contribution to it? When you borrow, are you going to contribute positively? Then we will be able to work with you all the way.
Okay, thank you so much. That was Rose, and it was a question that just came in as we were winding up, and I don't have much to say, just to say thank you to all of you, and of course for tuning in, and for you, Mr. David Mukaru, for making time. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Wishing you a blessed day, and as he has said that let us all discipline ourselves when it comes to saving, and make sure make savings account as a personal thing, not a group thing, not a family thing. it's your personal account, so take charge on that. And may God bless you. See you next time.
Jamii kuimarika ni vikundi kuungana, muungano wa kujisaidia na uhusiano na Caritas. Imarika, imarika we.
Kimasomo, kibiashara, kiukulima, kiteknolojia.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu zungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we.
Hekima University College, a prestigious constituent college of the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, run by the Jesuits, has scaled up the heights in offering lucrative academic courses to scholars committed to visionary and ethical professionalism that spurs greater social transformation. The Hekima Institute of Peace Studies and International Relations is offering a 6-day intensive and accredited certificate course in conflict resolution, peace building, and reconciliation. The 18-hour online course Kahoot will commence training on Monday, 26th of June and complete on Monday, 3rd of July, 2023. Enroll now and expand your knowledge in contextual analysis of the African conflicts, Africa political systems and conflict resolution mechanisms, the challenge of terrorism, religion and interreligious dialogue, practice skills in engaging with social political conflicts in Africa, reconciliation mechanisms and social change, as well as case study analysis in groups. Join Hekima University College and interact with great minds and instructors atop the list of teaching experts. Apply today and join a spectrum of fortified national and international peace and reconciliation protagonists serving in governmental and non-governmental organizations. For requirement details and how to apply, visit our head offices at the intersection of Joseph Kang'ethe and Ngong Road in Nairobi, or call us on 0729 755 905 or 0733 616 865. Hekima University College, we are the creative vision bearers, preparing students beyond the fourth industrial revolution. Trust Omini Insurance Brokers to plan and place your insurance needs. We are a project of the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, established in 1997 to offer insurance brokerage, risk management, and financial services to the Catholic Church and the general public.
Omini Insurance Brokers, they have been working with us almost 10 years, over 10 years now, and they have been helping us. We have with them health insurance for our conference, all the priests and brothers in our congregation province, Kenya, Tanzania. And also we have a partnership with them, insuring our vehicles every year.
We have 25 years of proven trustworthy, reliability, professionalism, accountability, and commitment to our clients' needs.
I invest through Waumini insurance brokers. I invest in money market products which offer competitive interest rates. As a young business person, it is always good to invest your money so as to grow your business.
Our services include negotiating for the best comprehensive insurance covers and the most competitive prices on behalf of our clients, assisting in claims follow-up and documentation, and arranging for premium financing. All our solutions are personalized and tailored to suit the different needs of our customers.
For the last 10 years, we have been insuring through our mini insurance brokers. We have had a very nice business relationship with them. Whenever we lodge a claim, it's normally paid on time. They are very prompt in terms of that.
Some of our products include motor vehicle insurance, individual, family, and group medical solutions, home insurance cover, group welfare and Jumuiya funeral expense cover, travel insurance, business insurance covers, school combined cover, and church insurance cover.
Having had more experience with our Waumini insurance brokers, I would recommend you to get in touch with them and learn more on the excellent products they offer.
Grab a free quote at 0722 200 403 or send an email to admin@wauminiinsurance.co.ke or visit us on the 4th floor of New Waumini House, West Wing in Westlands, Nairobi. Waumini Insurance Brokers, with you always.